Hello again. According to a statement by the Food and Drugs Authority, the East Legon branch of Marwako fast food is set to be reopened following allegations of food poisoning. According to the statement issued on Friday, the decision follows the verification and inspection of the facility to ascertain the level of implementation of collective prevention actions. The Food and Drugs Authority hereby lifts the suspension of catering services placed on the facility.
A statement issued on Friday by the Food and Drugs Authority explained that the reopening of the East Legon branch of the Marwako fast food eatery follows the authority's satisfaction with the company's implementation of corrective prevention actions. Earlier this year, the Marwako food franchise trended on social media after several Twitter users complained of being served contaminated food, resulting in food poisoning. This led to the Food and Drugs Authority to close down the restaurant's East Legon and Lamptey branches after the authority tweeted, "We have closed down the restaurant and together with other relevant agencies started investigations." The East Legon branch where the alleged food poisoning occurred was shut down by the FDA, with the authority providing corrective prevention actions for the eatery to implement. 2 months on, the FDA says the eatery has satisfied all requirements. As such, the East Legon branch of Marwako is expected to be reopened soon to customers. However, the authority says it will be conducting follow-up inspections to ensure full compliance to the Code of Hygiene Practices.
All right, so let's have a conversation on the back of this, and I've been joined in studio by the Public Relations Officer of Marwako Fast Food Limited, Mohammed, Amin Lamptey. Good evening. Welcome to the program.
Good evening, Ken, for having me.
Right. How do you welcome this news?
And first of all, thank you very much for having me. Good evening to your wonderful viewers. It's a very welcome news, much anticipated, because on the 12th of May, everybody knew what happened to Marwako Fast Food Limited. It was a bitter pill to swallow. Today is a special day. As a Muslim, today is the Arafat Day, and today is exactly 16 years when Marwako was established. So you can clearly see that it was a day that everybody was very much excited, from management to the staff level. But the point here is that it was a learning curve. We've learned a lot of lessons from this misfortune situation, and I believe that what has really underpinned our joy is that some misfortunes are blessing.
Right. It was a back and forth between you and the Food and Drugs Authority. What were the processes you went through to get here?
The processes were very amazing, very educative and very informative. But because we were very naive, we were more or less like novices to the issue, because we've never got into any situation with the FDA. We knew FDA to be the authority that they always come to our facility to inspect the facility and make sure we do the right thing. We've never got into such a situation that became like a tug of war. It was the friction was really quite a bit, disturbing. But at the end of the day, we've got to the point that we realized that FDA has been good to Marwako.
Right.
Because Ken, when we went through the training, management were taught how to understand what is food safety management. We were taught how to organize ourselves in terms of the relationship between Marwako and our suppliers. Anything that comes to Marwako, we need to scrutinize it. When it gets to the kitchen staff must also try to scrutinize it. Before you even start preparing the food, we must go through certain processes. All these things were taught to our management and staff by FDA. So we were super excited that even though it was a disturbing situation, but FDA turned it to become a very good thing.
Was Marwako found guilty of food poisoning?
That is an issue that we believe that, FDA came out with their finding. And then what they found from what happened to Marwako, we cannot contest them, because these are specialists. We also did our own internal investigation, but we couldn't get to the point where FDA has reached. So regardless, they came out with their statement that they found out ABCD, especially with regards to sanitation, with regards to certain hygienic situation, we've identified all. And FDA has even requested that we need to refurbish certain facility that we have. We've done that. And that is why when they went to the inspection at Lamptey branch and the East Legon branch, they ended up, look, Marwako has now did what we asked them to do, so they are more than ready to start business.
So has Marwako admitted to food poisoning?
You see, the point about food poisoning, the point here is that in as much as we're a business, you cannot contest the issue that whether there is food poisoning or not. Because
Why?
The point here is that we are not FDA. FDA have conducted their research and their
so
investigation.
do you agree with FDA?
Undoubtedly, we have to agree with them. And that is why they have gone ahead to give us the training for us to even understand how can you even bring about food poisoning. I mean, if your staff are not really hygienic in terms of their self-hygiene, it's going to be a problem. In terms of even customer complaints, they've taught us how we need to understand and receive complaints from our customers. That would help us to be able to sharpen some of the rough edges.
That is in sharp contrast to your position from the beginning, right?
No, there was no any sharp contrast. What we said from the beginning, we've admitted that indeed something did happen. Because the customers who came to actually bought our food, all of them, they have evidence to show that they bought food from us. We've visited some of them. We've even visited some of them at the hospital. Some we have to go to their homes. Some of them agree with us that, look, they need nothing from us. They can take care of themselves. Some of them, we supported them with their hospital bills and all that. Even as we speak now, we're still communicating with some of them. So, admittedly, something did happen. And that is why FDA, for the past 2 months, they have to take us through the process. The training, we have to go to them. They have to ask us to go and do A, B, C, D. When we do it, they will have to ask us to go and correct certain things before this time. It's not only about the training. They requested that we need to give them a roadmap in terms of preventive measures. We delivered it. They said, no, they don't agree with that. We have to come and change. We did that about 3 times. And then talking about things that we need to do to be able to reposition ourselves in terms of management, the staffs in the kitchen, and those who are even serving our customers. We did that. They said, no, we have to correct it. We did everything, and now FDA have realized that we have lived up to the billing. And I believe that, Ken, this is more or less like a take case to other restaurants, because what we have learned today, it is going to give us the urge to become the best restaurant in this country. Because, Ken, what we have learned, majority of our staff are caterers, they've studied the thing from day one, but the training that we have from FDA, Ken, even standing here, I'm now loaded with regards to food safety management, how to go about it, how to even scrutinize, how to even check after cooking and all that. So for me, I think that let me seize this opportunity to even congratulate FDA for what they have done with Marwako, especially the chief executive, and then the resource persons who came to give us the needed knowledge that we need in the industry. And again, the legal brain. I mean, the personality who came and gave us the legal aspects of what we are doing as a restaurant was amazing.
Okay.
He took us through some areas where he even requested that we need to go and even buy certain books that we read and be able to enhance ourselves in the business.
Did the FDA give you any conditionality that if you do not follow the laid out principles that they've introduced to you, they'll come back at you?
Countless. And that is exactly what is going to keep us on our toes. What FDA has done is not over. Because if you read their statement, they indicated that it's not over. They will continue to visit Marwako on notice. So that is exactly why today we had a meeting. We have restructured our management team. I mean, the branch managers, we did 1 or 2 reshuffles.
Right.
So that what they have said, we aren't going to sit on the fence. Ken, because we've been asked to start business, we'll go and take this for granted. No. Now we'll make sure that every minute, every hour, every day, we must have people that will be checking everything. We need to have in place check and balances.
Right.
From the kitchen to the final person who is going to serve our customers.
When are we expecting your restaurants to be reopened to the public?
Okay, we are starting tomorrow.
Okay.
The good news is that today is a special day, as I indicated. Today is exactly 16 years when Marwako, came into business. And tomorrow is Eid al-Adha. Tomorrow is one of the days that people will patronize our product, they will patronize our food, and we hope people watching us will tell their friend, because Ken, FDA themselves, they've witnessed this, even at the training. People come there to ask whether we reopen or not. So I think that is why I'm really saluting the FDA Chief Executive and her management, because they've reopened Marwako at the right time,
Right.
on the day that the company was established, and tomorrow is Eid Day that will start business. So we are starting with the Lamptey branch and the East Legon branch.
I'll be expecting my salad meat
No,
from
no.
you.
As for the salad, your salad meat is already done. We are even done with your salad meat, and we are waiting for you probably tomorrow or probably the day you are free. Because you know the salad it is meant for just about 4 days.
Okay.
You can slaughter tomorrow, on Tuesday, on Monday, and on Sunday. So whichever day that you are free, Ken, we are waiting for you.
Mohammed Lamptey, thank you very much for speaking to us tonight. He is the PRO of Marwako Fast Food.